Ladies and gentlemen, spectacular advances in the development of artificial intelligence in recent years have sparked speculations and fears about how our future, the future of humankind, will be affected by intelligent machines. Scientists are already telling us that in 10, 20, 30 years, we're going to lose all our jobs to machines. Machines will drive our cars, they will treat our sick, diagnosing them, prescribing medicine, performing surgery operations. They will police our streets and catch the bad guys. They will manage our personnel. They will audit our accounts. They will make investment decisions for our businesses. Management college, you don't get any jobs. Your graduates won't get any jobs. Well, machines will even tell jokes. They can write novels, they can create works of art comparable to those of the masters, they can compose music. They can do everything which today only we human beings can do. And that's going to happen in perhaps a couple of decades. But ladies and gentlemen, losing our jobs is perhaps the least important thing we have to worry about. For some scientists, including Stephen Hawking, the very prominent physicist who died a couple of months ago, have told us that perhaps one day our world will be dominated by machines, and we, human beings, will be ignored, sidelined, or even destroyed. Why can machines outperform us? Because they can learn. They can learn from us and like us. They call this deep learning. Only they can learn much faster and much more effectively. Machines don't forget. They don't overlook, they don't make careless mistakes. They don't make the same mistake the second time. They don't get distracted by worldly pleasures. They don't spend their time playing computer games. They don't need them. They're not disturbed by any personal emotions. They don't get angry and rude when someone say a discriminatory remark at them. They don't get tired. They don't need coffee breaks or washroom breaks for that matter from time to time. And that is why, in an incredibly short period of time, machines can absorb what it would take 20 years, 30 years for a human being to learn and master. And once a machine learns a skill, it can perform it much better, much efficiently than human beings. Because they think faster, they think more accurately. Their memory is practically unlimited. The amount of data they can access and process is practically unlimited. So they can make decisions much better than human beings can do. And that is why they outperform us. That is why we're going to lose our jobs to them. But then you say, well, they may take up all our work so we can enjoy ourselves at home, But don't joke. How can they ever conquer us? How can they vanquish us? Because we create them. We teach them how to learn. We program the way they learn. After all, they can only think and act in accordance with the algorithms that programmers give them. Well, this is no longer true with deep learning. Now, what's most frightening and very eerie about deep learning is that the programmers who design the algorithms to enable deep learning for machines don't actually know how their learning process takes place. But we can say that the machines in deep learning learn in a totally autonomous way. The programmers cannot monitor how the machine processes data, how he makes decisions, and how he's going to carry them out. Take the driver, machine driver, for example. Now, when the day comes when machines drive our cars, they're not driving the car in strict accordance with a formula, with an algorithm set down by the programmer. No. They learn. They learn from human drivers. They learn driving skills from humans. And they exercise those skills when they're at the wheel. Now, when we drive a car, from time to time, we have to make very important decisions, whether we should stop in front of the traffic lights, for example, whether we should speed up or slow down, whether we should allow the car behind to overtake, or we should overtake the car in front. So we make a lot of such decisions. The machine will be making such decisions, like we do, and more. Think of this, there may be critical situations where the machine, or the driver of the car, has to make a very difficult choice. For example, a choice between running the car into a group of people or ramming it against a wall. How would the machine decide? We say this is a very rare situation. Okay, there may be bigger questions the machine driver will consider. For example, statistics show that 1.4 million people all over the world are killed by cars, killed in car accidents every year. 1.4 million deaths caused by cars, by moving vehicles in the road. Don't forget, the machine has access to all data, all these data. Now, think of the tremendous impact on our economy, on our society, if this figure is reduced to 0. Because people say machine drivers can drive so safely that we can avoid all car accidents. No one will be killed in car accidents anymore after machines take over. So we have 1.4 deaths saved every year. Where do the insurance people go? Do they need any insurance companies anymore? And a lot of the deaths in the car accidents are actually organ donors. So the organ transplants in our hospitals actually are waiting for these traffic accidents. So no more organ donors, no more organ transplants. We can think of other impacts as well. 1.4 million deaths there. So what does the computer think? What does the machine think? Don't forget, the machine can think much more quickly, much more logically than we do. So we say, let us teach them our values, our ethical principles, what criteria the machine should use in order to make such difficult choices. Good, but let's ask ourselves, do we have such a set of values agreed to by everybody? Do we have a set of moral, ethical principles that we are so sure of? Even if we do, even if we can present a set of moral principles, values, which everybody, every human being must adhere, must support. And we teach the computer this set of values. We teach it to the machine. How can we help the machine do not have higher values to consider? How can we tell what kind of decision will come out when the machine applies its logic? Remember, it can reason in a perfectly logical way which we human beings cannot, and decide that we should depart from this principle. So we simply cannot tell how the world will be like when all our vehicles and all our cars will be driven by machines. Similarly, for the treating of patients, when we have machine physicians treating our patients, there must be critical moments when very difficult decisions have to be made, whether to carry on with treatment or let the patient go, let the patient die. Euthanasia should be encouraged and not allowed that. So there is no way we can tell what kind of decisions a machine, once is acquire the knowledge, the skills through deep learning, is going to make. So what do we do? Well, how can we avoid this very grim future predicted by some scientists that we're going to be ruled by the machines we create? But ladies and gentlemen, let us step back a little bit and ponder. Is that really so bad? Handing over our most critical decisions to machines on the basis that they have learned whatever we know, and they are much more efficient, much more logical in arriving at their conclusions. Would it be a bad idea? If we want to continue to be masters of our world, if we want to continue to rule our world, we have to ask ourselves, do we deserve to continue ruling our world? Wouldn't it be better to hand it over to the machines we create? At least the machines, they don't have to kill animals for food. They don't have to cut trees to make expensive furniture. They won't pollute the atmosphere by flying around in jets. So why not let them have the say? let them make the most important decisions. This, of course, will not be a very attractive outcome, attractive future for most of us. So we have to ask, if we want to avoid that happening, if we want to make sure that we won't be vanquished by the machines we create, what must we do? We have to look at ourselves really hard and think, what is it that has put us on top of the world? What is it that has enabled us to rise above all other species on Earth throughout millions of years of our evolution? And talking of evolution, scientists are already telling us that we are expecting a new kind of life form. We should depart from these principles. So we simply cannot tell how the world will be like when all our vehicles and all our cars will be driven by machines. Similarly, for the treating of patients, when we have machine physicians treating our patients, there must be critical moments when very difficult decisions have to be made, whether to carry on with treatment or let the patient go, let the patient die. Euthanasia, should we encourage that or allow that? So there is no way we can tell what kind of decisions a machine, once it's acquired the knowledge, the skills through deep learning, is going to make. So what do we do? Well, how can we avoid this very grim future predicted by some scientists that we're going to be ruled by the machines we create? But ladies and gentlemen, let us step back a little bit and ponder. Is that really so bad? Handing over our most difficult decisions to machines on the basis that they have learned whatever we know, and they are much more efficient, much more logical in arriving at their conclusion. Would it be a bad idea? If we want to continue to be masters of our world, if we want to continue to rule our world, we have to ask ourselves, do we deserve it? Do we deserve to continue ruling our world? Wouldn't it be better to hand it over to the machines we create? At least the machines, they don't have to kill animals for food. They don't have to cut trees to make expensive furniture. They won't pollute the atmosphere by flying around in jets. So why not let them have the say? Let them make the most important decisions. This, of course, will not be a very attractive outcome, attractive future for most of us. So we have to ask, if we want to avoid that happening, if we want to make sure that we won't be vanquished by the machines we create, what must we do? We have to look at ourselves really hard and think, what is it that has put us on top of the world? What is it that has enabled us to rise above all other species on Earth throughout millions of years of our evolution? And talking of evolution, scientists are already telling us that we are expecting a new kind of life form in future. We will see inorganic life for the first time since the dawn of the universe we know. Inorganic life which can withstand very severe conditions, the severest conditions in which no organic life can survive. They can reproduce themselves, and perhaps, like all other life organisms, when computers, when machines have a life of their own, they will strive to survive, to procreate, to produce themselves, and in doing so, perhaps, like us, they may want to dominate the world. And perhaps, just as in a way we have done, they may look upon us, human beings, as an inferior class of beings who, at best, would be irrelevant, to be neglected, to be ignored, sidelined, and at worst, would be an obstacle to their domination of the world and would have to be eliminated. That is a possibility. So we have to ask ourselves, what is it that makes us strong throughout our course of evolution? Now, there are a number of very important factors which have helped us rise above all other living things in our world. Perhaps not the least important is our ability to socialize. We can organize extremely large-scale, complicated, sustainable societies. Are the only living things on Earth with such an ability, forming large, complicated societies, very powerful societies. Equally important is that when we cry, we have the ability to overcome our animal instincts and perform what we can call noble acts, like sacrificing ourselves, sacrificing our interests, or even our life, for the safety, well-being of others, like keeping back our greed to preserve our environment and other living forms in our world. These are the noble qualities in ourselves which we have developed through the course of our evolution and which have made us the top of the living world on Earth. Now, if machines cannot learn this from us, they cannot get stronger than us. They cannot vanquish us. Then there is nothing for us to fear. If machines can acquire these noble qualities, then And if they can do better than we do, then we should gladly toss them the crown, and there is nothing to fear. Our strength doesn't lie in the power to kill or destroy, but in the ability to love and care. Our strength doesn't lie in the desire to get, but in the willingness to give. It doesn't lie in the keenness to compete and win, but in the readiness to cooperate and share. We have nothing to fear if we do not forget what makes us strong. And I believe that even if one day machines do conquer the world, they will make the world even better than it is now. Thank you very much.